together, united in purpose and passion, give us clarity as we work to make good decisions for our city. In your son's precious name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Public forum, did we get any cards? I didn't see any.
There was some up there, but none here.
All right. I don't have to read that, right? As long as there's no cards turned in?
I don't see why you would.
I didn't think so. On the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular called meeting. Actually need a motion to discuss the minutes and then approve. Can I get a motion?
I move we discuss and take action on the minutes from the regular called meeting on November 9th, 22.
Second?
Second.
Mr. Stone, second. All,
All in favor?
thank you.
Raise
Here's your right hand. Robbie, since you made the motion, you got any questions or comments?
No, I think everything looks okay, except for the third to the last sentence. My name doesn't have an E in it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Just
No, it's okay.
ROBBI? Oh.
Mhm.
Okay. I fix it.
Short for Robert.
I have
Not
a name
Robert?
Bobby, but she spelled it with a Y.
Mr. Stone?
I don't see any mistakes.
I'd like to get clarification on discuss and take action on new bids for painting City Hall. This item was struck as error on agenda.
Mhm.
Can someone remind me what that is in reference to?
Not from November.
Okay, what paragraph are you talking
The
about?
last line, not that there's anything wrong, I just was hoping someone could remind me what this item was struck as error on agenda, because I thought we had approved that and moved on to, that we were gonna approve the money to paint City Hall.
It was approved.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I thought too, so I'm trying to figure out why the minutes state
I
that it
think
was
we
struck as
approved
a.
it the month before, and this might have just still been on the agenda, and so we struck that as an error.
Okay,
Somebody
I'm
wanna
going to
look at the
move,
October minutes, I think that's where we approved it.
I think what I'm gonna ask is we move to have that removed from the meeting,
Okay.
from this minute, because I don't believe,
Okay.
I believe that was not an error. Mr. Stone, do you see what I'm talking
I see
about?
what you're talking about, but I do not recall.
Miss Sylvia, anything for you? I thought we had just approved it and we went on, so I'm,
But I think we approved it in October, not
Okay.
November.
okay, so I would say we have that one removed, that line removed from the minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is everybody in agreement on the minutes? All in favor of accepting them since the motion was made to read and accept? All those in favor, raise your right hand. financial report, consider and or take action, presentation of financial reports.
I think I included this one in your packet that I emailed out to you, naming out all the projects that I had listed for you guys and what you had promised to spend on them, the amount that has been spent, the expended balance, the balances left, the projects that we had pretty well spent down, kept under budget and closed them out. Those have got markings that the project is closed. The OEDC did reimburse you the $12,960 for the fire hydrants that were mistakenly paid for by OMDD when they should have been OEDC. So that money went back in the bank. On the very back of this, you'll see the current, as of today, bank balance of $454,919.31, minus the unexpended totals of your project of $111,033.81. I cannot read money tonight, which leaves you with a total available balance of $343,885.51. And then your bank statements for the 2 months that you did not have a meeting follow, so that you can actually see the transactions, the interest, the payments from the sales tax that went into the bank.
Okay, I'm gonna need a motion to discuss this and approve the bank statements.
Motion to discuss.
Robbie, got a motion to discuss. Do I have a second? Second from Mr. Stone. Robbie, since you made the motion, what's your first portion of discussion?
I'm confused. After you look at the front sheet of financial summary, when you turn it over, it's got an 8-inch water valve replacement, $20,6,500, and then $13,500 to John Wright, the check number. Is that coming from the McKay? I'm kind of confused because it says, then the next line says approved 20,000, total project due 65, 1350.
Yeah, it does look like it jumped there, doesn't it?
I'm not.
Well, you did, I do believe that you did approve it for 20,000. However, I don't believe when they got into it, that was the one that was as bad as they thought. Was that the,
Well, I think what
was that the spring at the school, or was that something different?
I think more of what she's discussing, and Robbie, correct me, I know you will. It starts the bottom of this page,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just jumps to a single line by itself. There's no column, there's nothing to follow it. So if you go, that's what she's trying to get clarification on. Is that what you're talking
Is the
about?
bottom of the
Yeah,
front
the gray
page
line, the gray
should
line
be on the
belongs
top of
to,
the second page.
Yeah, it's kind of what
Yeah.
it looks like.
the gray line belongs to the McKay and Rusk Street.
Yeah.
The
so
next
it-
one is the zero turn more that we
Yeah, so
talked about
essentially
for
it
the
should have been a
golf course.
space put there, and it jumped over the second one.
And then
So-
there's nothing done with the zero turn,
Not that I'm aware of,
and that's where it jumps a line and then it shows $20,000.
yes.
Okay. Ms. Stone? Ms. Sylvia? I had one question. Do we still owe Miss Russell $9.29?
No.
So why is it
She
listed?
finished under balance. Shockingly enough, she finished with $9 left in her approved
Okay.
amount.
Okay, I was more worried we owed her $9.29 and why we were coming into February.
No.
I needed to run by and just give her cash because that was gonna get weird.
No, she used
So we gave her,
$3,990.71
Okay.
out of the allocated 4,000, which left a balance of the $929, and the project is closed.
okay. We actually we had a governmental project come in under budget.
Couple of three of them in there.
Minus the electricity bill.
We don't need to have that conversation. So the 111,000 is what is left for stuff we kind of already had allocated, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
even though the balances say project closed, this is your very top portion of the approved project totals and balances summary.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that even though the project closed, some of them closed with money still left in them. So that is your unexpended balance of your $111,033. At one point, y'all had talked about if something came in under budget on one, y'all could use it on something else that you were discussing at that point in time. But that's been a
Yes.
while ago.
Yes.
So I left the totals on there for that.
The 0-turn mower and the 50-horse tractor for the golf course,
Mm-hmm.
that's hard to get. The 50-horse tractor, they've got the tractor in stock, but they don't have the hydraulic connections that go to the back of it.
That sounds about right.
And there's no dealership. Everybody's on back order, they can't find it. He suggested that we go to a MX 5600, I believe is what he said, which comes with the hydraulic already on the
So
back.
change the tractor over.
Change the tractor over, but it's gonna change the price. You get a little bit more horsepower, but it's gonna up the price. It's still gonna be under 40.
Okay.
But it's gonna up the price. But we're not able to get the tractor that we had quoted, we're not able to get the hydraulics that we gotta have the full, or that the golf course has to have the full.
That's what you're saying, it's only, as long as it's gonna be under 40 and we'd approve 38.
Well, yeah, 38 was approved, but it's over 38.
Yeah,
But
but it's
it's-
under 40.
yeah.
So it's just a little bit over.
Right.
So we're gonna have to change tractors over a hydraulic thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that the world we live in?
And the bad part about it, this could be approved tonight, and you call up there tomorrow and go,
And it
okay,
not
we
be
got
there.
the deal, everything's ready to go, and said, well, we're not able to get this now. So it's the world we live in today. What it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna be, so what do you have? Do you have a suggestion, Mr. West, on how it is you'd like to handle that?
The only thing I know to do is if we would approve over the amount that we, said here, 38,000, try to, and keep it under 40 if something happens to where it's over that, then we'll just have to regroup. But if they did have that tractor in stock day before yesterday, the one that he was telling us about,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually had to go to Normandy to get that price in that tractor. They're the biggest Kubota dealership around, so, which he's the one that told us there was the part for that other tractor's not to be had.
Mhm.
So, if they go, if we call them back, if this would be approved and we call them back tomorrow and they said, yeah, we got it, everything's good, well, then we're good. But if not, then we'll have to come back to it.
But I'm not sure we can do that, cause that's not on the agenda.
Yeah, we'd have to call
We'd
a
have to have a special
special
meeting.
call, which wouldn't be a problem. It's an easy deal that can be remedied. I'm assuming I'm in town for the week, so
Okay.
if we need to have that and we can get that, does anybody have a problem with another special call meeting in a
You
day
don't
or
have
so?
72 hours between now and the weekend.
Mhm.
So it'd have to be next week. But, so we can just check on it and just see,
Mhm.
But can't you check on it and tell them that we want it, it's just gotta be approved,
I can tell them that, yeah.
and they hold it at that price for you?
Nobody's holding nothing nowadays. I mean, it's crazy.
First person to show up with money is it's
That's what it
walking
is.
away. Unfortunately, it's just the world.
And will
we're
we
in.
still get that same discount that had been told to us by mayor?
I think the discount's stuck no matter what, cause it's just what the discount is for buying it through the city. So,
And then as far as the 6-foot 0-turn mower, we thought Bagley was gonna have one show up in January, but that didn't happen, so, we're still holding out on that, trying to locate one of those.
that money's is set aside for that purchase, so it's not like it's doing anything, so it's there whenever you find what you need, and I don't see any point in trying to move that money back and forth, just leave it there and have it set aside for that and move on.
And as far as paint the city hall, we kinda had some knowledge of what was going on, so we just kinda held off on that as far as city hall
Sure.
changing places. And if that's something that wants to still be done, it can still happen. But, I just kinda put that on the back burner until we figure out what all's actually.
Makes sense. Do we have a time frame? I know that's not what we're discussing at the moment, but do we have a time frame on the other deal?
I feel like in the next couple of months, wouldn't you think so, Mayor?
What things up? We're
Okay.
waiting on paperwork to get back from the title company.
Okay. Any other discussion? Mr. West, did you have anything else you wanted to add to it?
No, I don't. The paint, the Overton Volunteer Fire Department, there's been a lot of changes down there in the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that kinda got held off
Set
too
aside.
until we see
Okay.
what the new fire chief wants to do with that.
Sounds good to me. Having the money allocated is better than having to come back and call a special meeting
Right,
for it,
right.
right? Miss Sylvie, anything you wanna discuss?
No, budget.
Move to approve the budget and, move on to the next action item. All those, yeah? All of those in favor, raise your right hand. 4-0. Number 7, this business, consider and or take action, discuss and take action on resignation letter of James Alexander. Discuss and take action to elect OMDD chairman to replace James Alexander. Discuss and take action to continue walking trail project. Discuss and take action on appointing another signer for the bank account. I think I'm gonna ask for a motion on this to include all of those things so that we don't have to go through this A, B, C, D.
I make
Let's
that
do it
motion.
all in one.
I will second it.
Robbie, would you please say you're gonna make the motion as?
I make the motion to, consider and/or take action under item 7 business, including A, B, C, and D.
Thank you.
I second that motion.
Ms. Sylvie seconds. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Passes 4-0. First one is discuss and take action on resignation letter of James Alexander. Robbie, do you have any discussion?
I really don't think we have to discuss that because this city council places our members on the board, and in our bylaws, I believe it says that the resignation takes effect the day that it's written and delivered to the mayor and city council and those on the board.
You are absolutely correct, but it was on the agenda, so we had to have the discussion item about it. Any other discussion? I would like to take the moment to thank Mr. Alexander for the time he did get on the board, and he did take time out of his own schedule and come out, and whatever it was that he did, moving forward, I wish him all the luck, and hopefully is as good as he can be. Elect a new chairman to replace, according to what we voted in when Mr. Alexander was voted in, along with myself as vice chair. We changed some of the rules up. So, if I remember correctly, I cannot move into the chairman's position for 2 years. So,
Because you were a previous
because
chair.
because I'm vice chairman now, I cannot move backward. I cannot go back, and I wasn't chairman before.
However, that we discussed and voted on was never put into our bylaws. So all of that we did is null and void because it was never taken before the council. So it is as though we never did it.
Motion to discuss.
Motion to discuss is already there.
No.
It's already there.
Good.
Well, so never mind. I retract my previous statement.
I went back and looked and I was hoping that it had been done but
So we did not follow the proper procedure,
no.
okay?
So if the proper procedures weren't followed, then,
Nothing changed.
well,
What were the what are the rules going
the
back?
rules, I believe, prior to when we talked about changing them, and somebody's gonna have to correct me, because I didn't know this was gonna come up like this, is that, the chairman was in for 1 year.
Okay,
Is that correct?
I thought it was 2, but we'll go.
Because I think we changed it to 2.
Okay. I am not up to date far enough on those rules, so I don't know that I am the right person
So
to
my
ask.
question is, if this wasn't taken before the council and approved, then does,
Then what's in our bylaws is what we go by.
Why wouldn't we just, table that and look that up and find out for sure before
I
we
think
make
that's
more
probably-
mistakes?
I
absolutely,
think that's a
I
good
think
idea.
that's a great idea.
just for clarification. Good
All
idea.
those in favor of tabling the new OMDD chairman and vice chairman, raise your right hand. To be chaired, or to be tabled.
And we'll have to have the council name a member as well.
Yes.
When James resigned in December, we could have had a member named in December and in January when we didn't meet. But that didn't happen, and so we're short a member as well as a chairman.
Yes.
And we can be short, that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
We've got 2 applications that should
see
be
that there.
considered.
Discuss and take action to continue the walking trail project around the lake. Is there what is the,
I believe someone spoke with Curtis on that.
Basically, the man that's been working on, I can't remember his name, just texted me and asked me if we are going to continue the walking trail. And enough work has been put on it as far as I'm concerned. I told him to go forward with it, because I think OEDC and OMDD were still interested in
yes,
going forward with that.
yes.
That's the last I've heard.
He's with the SPI, Mr. Haberly, is that right?
Might be.
But with SPI for sure.
They've been
Okay.
a month and a half, a month or so ago.
As far as I know, anybody wants to correct me, we're all still for the walking trail, correct? Awesome.
It had already been approved before some of us were on here. And
It had,
we've never changed to rescind it, so.
Well, yes, but it was such a long, drawn out process through the state. Yeah. Bank account signers, we have 3 sitting at the moment. Because Miss Sylvia, I do not believe you are a signer, correct?
No.
Do we? I believe you said you didn't want to be a signer, if I remember correctly. Or you didn't feel the need to be a signer, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need, but, I mean, if they need me to be a signer, I will
I
have no problem with it.
Very much so. Yeah.
Miss Sylvia, would you be a signer?
Yes.
Okay. Can we add Miss Sylvia as a bank signer?
Yes, and name the people that need to come off as well, and name the people that should stay.
The only people that need to come off, I believe, is, well, hold on, let me back that up. Anybody that is not currently on this board should come off as signers.
Yeah, I tried that
That
with the
would be
city
James
council and they
Alexander.
wouldn't let us. so-
Sure.
Okay.
Tell me who all's a signer, and I'll tell you who to take off. At
That's
this
what I
point.
told the bank, yes.
So
Okay.
do we have a list of signers that are currently?
I will have to
on
get
the
one,
account?
but if you're gonna word it as in they currently need to be on here, that gives me the ability to name them and put them before you, I guess?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
James Alexander will need to be removed.
James Alexander does
Yes.
need to be removed, but it doesn't do any good because
wasn't sure if he was ever put on there, actually.
he was.
Was he? Okay. So I have Miss Carnes and I have you.
And Mr. Stone.
Okay.
David's
is,
on there, and then
okay.
add Miss Sylvie.
Okay. Okay.
Do
Thank
not
you.
believe we need a vote for that. think the only thing we need now is one last.
I have something on the adjournment on, item 8, and this will just be a typo that needs to be corrected. It says a place readily accessible to the public at all times on February the 8th, 2023 at 6 p.m. and remain continuously posted for at least 72 hours. I think that February 8th needs to back up a few days.
Oh, yeah. That's today, isn't it?
Today's 8th, yeah.
Oops, okay, my bad. When did I send y'all that email? Friday?
I saw it Monday because I was out of
Yeah, I think it
sorts
was
on
Friday.
It
was
was
the day you
Friday?
sent it, though.
Okay. I will correct that.
And as long as it's corrected by, in the minutes, it should be no problem.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye. Who seconded?